And welcome back, and it is the 21st of April for the Maths 5 a day, and let's just go straight to the first one. Right, point A has coordinates, point B has coordinates. Find the, okay. This is a classic sort of theory type question. Again, it's a bit of GCSE more than anything. The perpendicular bisector, which is basically what this is, so find the equation of the line perpendicular to AB that passes through a midpoint, is what's known as a perpendicular bisector. So in order to do this, I'm going to need two things. I'm going to need the midpoint, which I'm going to call M, and I'm also going to need the gradient, unhelpfully small m. Actually, tell you what I do just to make it clear. I'm going to call this midpoint mid and m for gradient. So I need the gradient to the midpoint and I need the gradient to the perpendicular to the line AB. So let's do these in steps. I'm going to start by working out the gradient of A to B. So the gradient of A to B, we'll look at the y values. They go from 7 to minus 27, which is minus 34. And the y value from A to B goes from 5 to 13, which is up 8. Now this isn't a nice number, but it is nevertheless the number we've got, which means that my gradient I can write as minus 17 over 4, which means the gradient of my perpendicular, which I need for the perpendicular bisector, is going to be 4 over 17. Then I need the equation of that line that goes through the midpoint. So the midpoint is the average of the x values, so 5 plus 13 over 2, and the average of the y values, which is minus 27 plus 7 over 2, which is, well, 5 plus 13 is 18 over 2 is 9, and minus 27 plus 7 is minus 20 over 2, which is minus 10. So in other words, very long-winded way of saying what is the equation of the line with gradient 4/17 that goes through the line 9 minus 10. Now, I'm going to use the y minus y1 method. So y minus minus 10 is equal to 4/17 of x minus 9. And that is equal to y is equal to 4/17 of x minus, well, 4 times 9 is 36 over 17. These aren't nice numbers at all, are they? Minus 10, or 10 in 17ths is 100, what am I doing? 170 over 17. And let's combine this now. So that tells me, in fact, I'll write it over here so it's neater. So that tells me that y is equal to 4/17 of x minus 30, can't remember my number now, so minus 36. So minus 36 minus 170 is minus 206. So minus 206 over 17. Not that I wrote the questions, Mr. Corbett wrote these excellent questions, but I have to say those numbers are not very nice, but either way we got there and they're not unreasonable for an exam. Next question. How many solutions of cos x equals k, right, so cos x equals k, are there between 0 and 450? Oh, clever. Okay, so 90, 180, 270, 360, 360 plus 90 is 450. And then it's going to be 1, 0, minus 1, 0, 1, 0, which I can then join up to be, let's try and draw it fairly neatly, like this. Now, how many solutions are there between where k is positive? So if I draw a line, I get ding 1, ding 2, ding 3. So actually this is not too bad because my final answer is 3. Next question. Y equals this thing here, work out the value of d2y when x equals minus 1. Okay, well, let's tidy this up. So I'm going to split it into two fractions. So the first one is 8 over 2, which is 4, x5 over x3, which is x squared. x7 over x3 is x to the 4, but the trick is that's still a half, it's not 2. So it's going to be plus a half x to the 4. That's only worked out y, and then need to work out dy dx. So dy dx is equal to 8x plus 4 times a half is 2, so 2x3. And d2y dx squared is equal to 8 plus 6x squared. And then at the value x equals minus 1, d2y dx squared, answer the question, is equal to 8 plus 6 times, well, minus 1 squared is 1, so 8 plus 6, final answer is 14. Final question today. Find the transformation. Now, I think we had one of these yesterday, didn't we? So we're going to do this by using the 1001 method. In other words, let's consider 2 points, the point A and the point B. The point A is in red 1, 0, and the point B is 0, 1. Then on my map, what's happening? So find the transformation that is going to a reflection in the line y equals x. So in other words, if this is A and this is B, well, the first thing switches these two around, doesn't it? If I reflect in the line y equals x, which means that goes to 1, and so I keep having to change pen, and this one here. Then I'm going to follow that by a rotation 90 degrees anti-clockwise, so in other words, upwards if you like, around the origin. So if I do anti-clockwise, well, that's going to go to there, and that's going to go to there. They are going to end up like, let's keep it consistent, let's do it in black. They're going to end up where my red one is here, and my green one is here. Now, let's be clear what I'm doing here. I'm starting with these values here. My ending point is the transformation matrix. So my new A value is going to be minus 1, 0. And my new Y value is actually where it started, which is 0, 1. And this is going to be the answer to my question. And that is it. Today done. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? Good mix of questions today. Enjoy today. That second question, not too bad at all. But the other questions a bit more challenging. Let me know how they went for you. Like, subscribe. See you tomorrow.